I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't.
What's up, guys? Masta Styles here, back with another Let's Play Eternal Evolution video. And yes, I said let's play. And I know we're on the main account, but today I need to be over here for me to do what I'm going to do. So let's explain what the video is going to be about. We're going to talk about Mirage Space, level 13 and 14, of course. Ooh, I kind of like that. That's kind of cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. I never covered the Molten Abyss, and I just realized that I was looking at my videos and I never covered it. I'll just quickly show you what I was running. This is a team that I'm running: Ryzeris, Arcadia, and Vaz, plus Rebecca and Miranda. You can use assassins or can't, I think, because I think he has, oh yeah, here, reduce received melee damage. At 12 you don't have that, right? Let's go back here. It's the wrong one. Slide over. That's a new feature. No, it's still there, so maybe you can. I don't know, but I'm not gonna, this video is not about that. This is the team that I was running here. I realized that I never really covered that, but this is the team that I'm running. Yes, you need to put bug gears on your heroes here, which is going to help out with your damage. I clear it, but that's not what we're here for. What we're going to be talking about actually is Mirage Space. But before we even start all of that, let's go back and start with, we made it. We're now at 500 subscribers. Thank each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all. Even if you just watch my content and you're not subscribed, I still appreciate you because you actually take time out of your day to check out the content, and I appreciate that. Well, for my subscribers, shout out to y'all. Y'all help me get there. Nate, I see you. You're always in the comments. Road to 600. Put that down below. That's the next goal, and we're gonna work towards that. So again, when I was thinking about this video, I'm like, okay, it's a let's play. So it's, when it comes to let's play, if you're new to my channel, it goes back to account progression and resource management. How can I help you to progress while at the same time focusing on what I need to focus on in terms of what I'm talking about? So first up, let's go in here, see if we get lucky. One like equals luck, right? One like. Do it. Let's see what we get. We get, that's not bad. That is not bad, for the sole reason that we need that. Can we get anything here? Dust. I didn't even know they had dust in here. I love that. That could be good. We can find out. Let's go check to see if that was actually pretty good. Let's see here. We have, ooh, we're 70 away from unlocking either Leo or, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Either Leo's ability over here, or hold up, where is she at? I need to hyper evolve her. She's way down here. Ryzeris. Yeah, so getting close to that. I think tomorrow I'll be able to access that. I'm not gonna make a whole video about that. I do have a video coming out tomorrow, which is the wheel spin. I'll do the wheel spin video again. I also talked about that. We'll have the wheel spin for tomorrow. Let's go into doing this. I don't know why they even have that. That's so silly. Thank you. Appreciate that. Take that. Now, the question is, can we get lucky and do it in one? I don't think so. Always red runes. You notice that? We have the same thing where the first pick is always red runes, but I appreciate those red runes. This one, I already said my piece on. This should go all the way into the next update, but again, this is going to help out. I don't know if I want to go for Caraxia here or the soul crystals. I don't really need any of them because again, she's awakening 7, 7, 7, 8. And I think him, slow build him. Don't waste your universal crystal. But the Caraxia is looking pretty interesting. And like I said, they should have put the new shards in there for Caraxia. What am I looking at over here? I'm following the dot. That's what brought me over here. I'm following the dot. But for Mirage space, let's give you some value here. Let's go in there and then I'll talk a little bit about it. Right? I had Rebecca in here. She has no parts in here. I was just trying something out to see what works. So let's talk about the heroes. We're gonna break them all down, right? I think I can't use Perrin because she's over here, right? We might need her. So let's get her out of there and put Miranda, not Miranda. Is it Miranda? Yeah, Miranda. Yes, put Miranda over here. Where is she? Put Miranda here and then come back to here. Now we'll talk about the summoners. Let's break all the summoners down. How you should build them out. What works best. What works for me. And what you should do. Where's the other guy? We need him. Onpo. Perfect. So we'll go summoner by summoner. I'll break them all down because again, this is a let's play video. So first up, we have Dorelli. When it comes to Dorelli, you can go one of two ways. Let's switch over to here, right? Extraction, off rip. There is two ways to run extraction. You have the critical bill. But for me, again, when it comes to the critical bill, I don't really use this one too much because she's more for defense per se, right? So I run extraction with vigorous. So the reason why I'm running extraction is when a summoner receives critical damage, heal for 5% of max HP, right? So Gobo takes damage, she reheals. She also provides a shield for herself and another summoner, right? Which is cool. So she has, they call it protection. You can call it support. You can run this. This is more for the newer players if you don't have access to extraction, right? You can run all vigorous. That's another option. I don't really think madness worked too well on her because she's more defensive than it is for her to be doing damage. When she first came out, she was great. Her damage was up there. But right now, it's more for her being up front, being tanky. You want to get her to EX30. You do. Because what happens is once Durgan dies, gets replaced instantly. You don't have to wait for her to get her ultimate. And it pretty much respawns right away. So, vigorous. You could probably run Blessed. But again, you know, I feel like vigorous with the HP because the higher her HP is, the higher Durgan's HP. So that's pretty much Dorelli in a sense, right? Another thing I was thinking was taking out Dorelli altogether, but I have to go back to go show you why I might run Dorelli. I don't know if they can clear it because I haven't tried it yet. I have no idea in terms of that. I wanted to go over to her skills here. There's a skill that are passive. It is our passive. Yeah. Nope. Is this it? It says when Dorelli's on the battlefield, allied summoner, heroes, and summons deal 40% bonus damage. Summoner heroes also take 29% reduced damage from ultimates. If there are 3 or more, she jumps back basically at the beginning of the battle and teleport to the back row. Okay, so again, she has support build in her passive. So again, this is why you want to run Dorelli. You get that increased damage and that increase in damage reduction. That's kind of that. That's pretty much Dorelli there. The other summoner is Sif, and then we'll talk about the other counterparts. So Sif, again, Madness. Madness is great. I had the choice between bringing this to Immortal 2 or Dorelli's helmet to Immortal 2. And I picked Dorelli's helmet because her getting that additional HP would work out better than Sif gaining additional HP. That was my thought process there. But Madness with crit damage. Why? Because Gobo takes what? Attack, defense, crit damage, critical damage, attack speed, which you don't really need, and damage amp. So again, you want to bring her to EX30 to get that additional damage amp, which is also going to be transferred over to Gobo, right? Want high attack on her. If you're going to build her, make sure your attack is there. And let's see. So we have attack on the boots, attack on the helm, crit damage. There you go, right? So definitely want to run Sun Signet to increase that crit damage. Gobo inherits all of it. And now that I'm looking at this gear here, I realize that I don't really have. I said crit damage. I meant crit rate. Either way, Gobo inherits both crit damage and crit rate, which is pretty good. It's awesome, right? So, like I said, Madness set, you want to make sure you get it to Immortal so you can unlock that Immortal effect. If you do not unlock that Immortal effect, what's going to happen is your Gobo is going to be dying very fast if you just run pure Immortal set without having the Immortal effect, and which is summon, gain 15% damage amp, which is going to go to Gobo and will no longer lose HP over time. That HP over time is very high when it comes to Gobo, so that's something to be mindful of if you're just gonna run it straight up. I suggest you build out a crit base one using this. I was testing out attack speed here, but just run Sun Signet. You can run possibly all Sun Signet if you have that, for the newer players, until you finish out your Madness set, because if you just run pure Madness, Gobo's gonna die very fast. So that's Sif in a nutshell. Sif is awesome. I have a video about Sif, but we're just going through the heroes very fast and talk about their gears. So now when we get here, we have Onpo. We also have Amat. Very similar. When it comes to Onpo, I have him at Immortal 5, waiting for him to be awakened. I literally took off some of his gears, and with this guy, high accuracy, high attack. He's one of those heroes that, you can run attack here and attack here. And of course, you need accuracy here. Higher his accuracy, the better he'll be, right? Madness set doesn't work too well on him. You want to make sure you run Surge. Surge with Hawkeye will definitely help, right? So that's kind of how you want to build out Onpo. Again, push for that EX30, because what happens at EX30? When an allied hero unit is killed or disappears, they have 15% base chance, modified based on the accuracy. That's why I said high accuracy, right? To generate an additional corpse explosion. So when summoners die, they have a chance to explode. So if you put this guy plus the next hero we're going to talk about, you'll see. You'll see explosion, big crocodile. This is why Masrani, you want to get your Masrani to awaken in 7. But to go back to Onpo, those are primarily the gears. I don't really think there's any much differentiation in terms of what you want to do. High attack, high accuracy. You don't really need crit damage because he cannot crit on his ultimate, because of what reason I don't know. And his ultimate provides stuns, knockbacks. He's one of those few heroes out of hunters that have knockbacks, which is pretty cool. And he's pretty good. I wish I could show it, but I'm not gonna put it in this video. Onpo in PvP could be very annoying, but that's neither here nor there. Onpo is awesome, but the counterpart is Amat. Amat is similar to that of Onpo. Same thing. You want to have Surge plus Sun Signet. Sun Signet is very popular, and with this girl here, you want to make sure you have high attack, high crit rate, and crit damage. My crit damage is low again. It's the second hero now that I realize I have low crit damage, right? And this glove here is not hers. I know it's not hers. There's no way. She's not even supposed to have this. No, this is definitely not hers. I think this was Jaina and I took it off of Jaina. Right? But again, love to see that Amont actually have Immortal 3 gear on. Right? That's awesome. But when it comes to Amont, pretty much the same thing. When the summons die, big crocodile comes up. One thing I realized about the big crocodile coming up, they don't have the execution built in. So it only works for the ultimate. That's one thing. So these are the heroes, primarily what you want to run. And last but not least is Daniel. Basically the leader of the summoners, right? Daniel, how you want to run your Daniel? Once you get to Awakening 5, you could switch over from your attack base. They call it hero. I don't know why they call it hero. It's attack, right? Hero's armor. You want to switch over to being crit base because his summon gains whatever crit that Daniel has. You have to go all the way into here, right? Yeah, it's way down here. It's a lot of words. Yeah. See, Daniel Bear has 120% of Daniel's attack, 100% of defense, crit rate, crit damage, and damage amp. So again, you want to bring him to an EX30, get that additional damage amp. It's 100% of crit rate and crit damage. So whatever Dan has for his crit rate and his crit damage is going to be transferred over to his summon. So the higher the crit rate and crit damage, the better Dan will be. And this is why I'm excited that, you know, now we can bring Dan to an even higher level. I didn't even realize that my Dan was over 2 million. When did that happen? I don't remember that being the case, but apparently Dan is up there with the SP heroes, right? SP heroes are the ones that go all the way up to 2 million. I didn't even know that. I thought he was at 190 something, right? But now he's 2 million. Nice. And I don't even have any Immortal 3 gear on him. Let's see how close I am. Not even close, right? So, all right. So those are the heroes. We're going to go over here and we're going to do 13. See if we can beat it with what we got. And get Rebecca out of here. First, I'll run, as always, just straight up summoners, right? We'll do straight up summoners. If we don't beat it, we'll add Purin, take out Onpo, and then we'll go to 14 towards the end. I'm not gonna put you through it. If you rock with me, you know my gist. I definitely respect your time. So let's get to it. As always, we'll skip over these fights and we'll see you in a second. All right, so let's get to it. We're running all summoners. Can they beat 13 without any support? Ruler's Ring is at level 4. My, what is it called? The summoner attack one. I'll look at it in a second. It's max, pretty much. So let's see how they handle this. It's looking pretty good, like they can do it. And I feel like this guy here, this boss, I think he would be an interesting assassin if they added him to the game. That'd be kind of cool. It'd be cool. I think it'd be awesome. You know, and that would be his ultimate. You'll see it in here in a second. And it seems like they're moving pretty fast. Like they can beat this. The Rule of the Truth one and this one, I think those ones are not that hard. I think the really hard Patogian Triangle ones are going to be the, what is it, Thundercliff, and also Battlefield of Azure. Those ones are going to be hard. These ones, as you can see, running through it, yes, we're not going to get those extra rewards, which is limited tickets and the diamonds and advanced tickets, but they can handle this. So again, if your summoners are at a decent level, which you should invest in your summoners. You should invest in your summoners because they're going to help you. And you know, my sentiment is when it comes to this, it should have been 3. Obviously there's 3 here, but this should have been 6 and this should be 3, because when are you going to get this? I know the players that are winning Ascension Arena are gonna get that, but for the typical player, it's gonna take you a while to complete one of these, and you're gonna have to pick. It's gonna go to Dan. I'll tell you that right now. The first Immortal 4 gear is going to Dan, and I'm putting it on the glove. So we'll hop over to 14. I don't think so. I don't think it's hard. We kind of struggled here because, again, we didn't have Purin. And if we had Purin, it would be a lot quicker. And Onpo is the problem with this stage. Yes, Mocha could be annoying because he jumps into your backline, but if you can take care of him, right, everything will be kosher. Obviously, if you have Nord, but you should, if they pick Nord on that Valentine's Day event. And if they didn't, those people are not using their brains. But again, same thing for 14, nothing different. And as always, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so that took way longer than expected. I had to take out the energy team. I switched over to tanks, and manual in tanks got it done. Move Vans to the second one. I got rid of, I think, yeah, I was running tanks on the second one, but I had to get rid of the Vans there, and I had to get rid of, I should say, the assassin, I had to get rid of the tanks and move them to the first battle. But here, it's looking more of the same. Don't really need a support yet, because I feel like with this one, it's more of a battle versus time. It could be. Because I think Sif is in trouble here, right? No? Watching her. We don't really need damage, because damage doesn't really matter. Let's just watch the battle. Sif is kind of in trouble. Yeah. He's targeting Sif for some reason. You leave her alone, please. He's going to jump back to Sif again. Finish. Nope. No, he's going to Onpo. Yeah, target Onpo. Onpo has healing built in there. Well, this one, again, seems like you don't need a support depending on your level of your summoners. If they're at a high enough level, they'll be all right. Again, you know, Immortal 5 Dan, Immortal 5 Onpo. Yeah, they can do that. But each one of these summoners is worth investing in. So, not that hard. It's just the beginning part. I think the beginning part is more harder than the boss. Especially that summoner one. My energy team is lacking. And that's what I'm noticing. It's the one team that's lacking. It's behind. Maybe because I don't have Immortal Nord. You know my sentiment on that. I am not putting no gene hybrids into Nord until they bring out his banner. I'm not putting nope. I am not going to. So again, I'm gonna have to do that again, which is annoying. Actually, I'll attack this one because it's much easier. But we'll do that off screen. I'm not gonna put you through that. So let's actually go back to it. I know I clicked out of it, but to deal with Mirage space, this could be annoying because I ran tanks here, manual tanks. I had to bring back Wamigan because he funneled everybody into one spot, and Panda was just releasing those ultimates, and there wasn't much they could do about that. Cervelli summons plus Muka summons is very annoying. I wonder if that team would be viable. This same set team that they decided to create. I wonder if this team would work. I kind of want to try that. I'll do that in another video, but we ain't gonna talk about it. But this is what I ran here. I had to manual it. It was annoying. I don't like that. I want it to be full auto. But manual in Wamigan and Panda made it easier. But here, just ran Vanguards plus Dion just to use Theon for no reason because I think people think he's trash, but his damage is great in PvE. And I was saving Purin. I could have used Purin up here with the energy team, but I didn't know what I was going to face back here. But again, we beat it. We didn't need no support, and that is that. So that's Mirage Space altogether. Was it easy? Yes. The biggest hiccup is the beginning part. If you don't have good energy heroes, slap your tanks in there. They'll get it done. Don't know what to do if you can't beat the second part and you're using your tanks in the second part. It's a little tough. So hopefully your energy heroes are great enough to beat the first, and then you can use your tanks in the second part, or tanks first and your vans are okay. But what I do notice is that my energy team is now at the back of the list. When it comes to teams, energy is at the back. I don't get it. Jane is okay, but I feel like not having Northern Immortal makes the energy team not work. Shinji's great. Take is great. Cariolis lost his damage. I don't know what happened to him. Jane is awesome, but I just feel like when it comes to the energy team, it's lacking. Maybe we need an awakening hero over here. Awaken hero with some built-in increase in damage or attack. Don't just be bringing selfish awaken heroes that only buff themselves, right? But again, at the bottom of this, let's go over each class. My tanks are good. They're gonna eventually get their awakening. My vans are great. I like them. Decent. Leo's awaken, which is awesome. Sins, ascends. I'm not even gonna put a word on them. Like my hunters, it's one class that a lot of people don't pay too much attention to, but my hunters, they rock. They do what they do, especially with that awakened Rizeris. Love that. Energy's at the bottom. Summoners, amazing. Not gonna do too much words there, but if you made it this far in the video, the word for today is struggle. And yeah, struggle. If you're new to my content, you want tips and tricks about improving your account and managing your resources, this is the YouTube channel you want to subscribe to. And for those that's been rocking with me, make sure you hit the like button to help out with the algorithm. As always, don't forget to turn on post notifications. And 600 subscribers is the next goal. Appreciate each and every one of y'all. Till the next video, peace.